Welcome to the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Can Josh Heupel land an elite level running back? And maybe more specifically, maybe we need to say, can Jerry Mack land that elite level running back? You know, when you look at this coaching staff over the last couple of years in the transfer portal, that seems to be a position of need, a position that they prioritize. They always look to be upgrading, trying to upgrade the running back position. Tennessee had their second junior day a couple of weekends ago, and they were supposed to have several big-time prospects on campus. One of those did come in, Jordan Marshall. I made a video on him last week. If you missed that, go back and check it out. But a couple of other top-ranked running backs were supposed to be on campus, didn't arrive. One of those was Jarek Gibson, the number one ranked running back in the class of 24. Now, he still has interest in Tennessee. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about that coming up here in just a second. And it's not the end of the world. It's not the end-all, be-all because a kid did not make it in for junior day. But can Tennessee land that elite level running back? Something we talked about last night on the NCAA live stream. If you guys missed those, you got to come hang out every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. 3 hours, 4 hours, sometimes we go 5 hours, and all we talk about is Tennessee football. We talk about recruiting, the portal, all kinds of different things, whatever comes up. But we had a fun conversation last night about NIL and how do you prioritize? Where do you pump that money? Are you looking at a running back, a top-ranked running back, or does Josh Heupel have that confidence to not necessarily spend as much money on the running back position? And I know we're fans. We don't see the behind the scenes, the numbers, the details, the specifics. We think, oh, you just pay any player that you want. That's not necessarily the case. Tennessee's got some good money. Spire Sports Group is doing the Lord's work for the University of Tennessee. But I think you have to prioritize where you spend their money. Is that a factor? You guys hit the comments. Let me know. I think it would be interesting to see your thoughts. Is that why they're struggling to get that elite level running back? But we're going to talk about it. As always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, easy, helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin Vols Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Again, Jordan Marshall was on campus for junior day. But a guy that was not, and it's not over again, it's not the end of the world, it's not the end-all, be-all, but the number one consensus running back in the country, Jarek Gibson, was supposed to be in town, did not make it in. A lot of people, he's not put out an official top three yet, but the buzz is that his top three is Texas, Georgia, and the Tennessee Volunteers. 5'10", 200 pounds, IMG Academy. Again, 24/7 Sports, 247 Sports has him as the top-ranked running back according to the 247 Sports composite. Top 10 player nationally. Can Tennessee go land a guy like Jarek Gibson? Because when you look at what he does, his scouting report, the real deal, that's the way it starts. The real deal. This is from Andrew Ivins of 247 Sports. Says a youth football star that found success at various stops before settling into the running back role as a junior at IMG Academy. Explosive in almost everything he does and is fast enough to win his fair share of foot races out on the perimeter. By far one of the better route runners to come out of the Sunshine State in recent memory, as he mixes gears well and uses a nice burst to shake linebackers and safeties before securing the football with above average hands. Says here not one to go down at the first sign of contact, at least at the prep level, and usually is able to get out of trouble with quick feet and loose hips. A bit of a slasher that can stack cut after cut once he gets past the initial wave of defenders. Tends to thrive on the outside zone and toss plays, will make defenses pay when counters are called too. Has tested exceptionally well over the years and has a 4.5 laser time 40, as well as a near 41-inch vertical jump at roughly 5'10", 200 pounds. Says he will need to adjust to the everyday demands of Power 5 football and learn some of the finer points of the position, like how to pick up a late blitz. That's typical, right? You know, pass protection, picking up blitzes, that's typical for a high school kid to need to develop and work on that at the next level. Said he should be viewed as an every down back with big play ability, given his speed, vision, and ball skills as a pass catcher, likely to eventually work his way onto NFL draft boards if he can avoid setbacks and what it takes to emerge as a difference maker for a college football playoff contender. So again, Jarek Gibson didn't make it in for junior day, but it sounds like Tennessee's still very much in the hunt. Now, the interesting part is, too, last year, during the season. And that's where winning, right? That's kind of been the focus as we talk about recruiting and Tennessee seeing those next level guys. That's what we've been talking about over the last 12 months as Josh Heupel kind of overachieved in year one, completely overachieved in year two. What's that going to do in the world of recruiting? And now we're not just seeing a couple of 5 stars and a handful of 4 stars. We are seeing elite level players across the board, every position. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs. We're seeing it on the defensive side of the ball. We saw it even in the class of 23 at the linebacker position, at the corner position, at the edge position. Tennessee is getting elite level talent, and that comes from success. And Jarrett Gibson was on campus for 2 pretty big games last year. He was on campus for that Florida game, College game day. That's when the wave kind of started to go, right? Can Tennessee get through September undefeated? Big win over Florida, College game day on hand. He was also on campus for the most electric atmosphere in all of college football last season, Tennessee's win over Alabama. Fans storm the field. The goalposts come down. Everybody's lighting up cigars. Jarrett Gibson, the number 1 ranked running back in the country, was in Knoxville for that game. He's seen the atmosphere. He's seen the environment. He's seen this coaching staff. Can Tennessee get Jarrett Gibson in the boat? I think this thing's going to come down to the wire, and I think it's going to come down to NIL. That's the reality. You know, it's not always about NIL. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's about relationships. Sometimes it's about playing time. Sometimes it's a combination. How much is the number 1 ranked running back in the class of 24 worth? You go back to last year, incoming freshmen, Justin Williams-Thomas, Dylan Sampson. I thought Tennessee did a pretty good job there. We all thought Dylan Sampson, because of his speed, had the opportunity to fit into this offense, what Josh Heupel wants to do. But Justin Williams-Thomas was the guy. He had the buzz. He had the higher ranking. That's who everybody was talking about. Fast forward less than 12 months later, Justin Williams-Thomas into the portal and gone. And now you're looking at Jabari Small, Jalen Wright, who I expect to have a big-time year coming up in 2023. I think Jalen Wright is going to be a guy we're all talking about. And also Dylan Sampson. Does he take that next step as a sophomore? But what is the number 1 ranked running back in the country worth when you've already scored? You know, you set records in 2022. Number 1 scoring offense. Number 1 in yards per game. Number 1 in passing efficiency. Do you need to prioritize that and spend that NIL money on the number 1 ranked running back in the class? Or do you spread that NIL money out and try to improve your defense? Try to improve your offensive line. Again, I'm curious to see your comments on that, on how you utilize that NIL money. And it's easy to say, just throw the bank at it, Boogie, spend it all on Jarrett Gibson. What happens when an edge rusher comes along? What happens when an offensive tackle comes along? We got to get behind Spire Sports Group. And I probably don't promote it enough. There's a link in the description. If you want to get involved in the NIL game, you can do that through Spire Sports Group using our link. We're an affiliate. How much money do you throw at the number 1 ranked running back in the country? Another name I wanted to mention just real quick, another running back Tennessee is definitely in the mix for. And that's 4-star running back Nate Frazier, 5'11", 195 out of California. 247 Sports Composite has him as a 4-star prospect. I thought it was interesting, the name that he mentioned when talking about his top schools, his favorite schools. Tennessee very much in the mix there. Tennessee gave him his first SEC offer. That goes a long way. But I thought it was interesting when asked about the Tennessee Volunteers, talked a little bit about Joey Halsley, talked about running backs coach Jerry Mack. But then he goes on to talk about Alvin Kamara being a dog at Tennessee. And then he goes on to say, I know they run the ball a lot from watching the games they played this year. When you're a running back, you see a team that runs the ball a lot, and they're getting their running backs playing and catching the ball out of the backfield too. I think a lot of running backs may be confused when it comes to this Tennessee offense. I said that in the video about Jordan Marshall. Tennessee ranked 26th in the country in rushing yards per game. They're not pass happy. They don't just sling the rock around. But Nate Frazier, another name to watch. But again, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. How much do you spend on the number 1 ranked running back in the class of 24? Or do you get a mid-level guy, a 4-star guy that you don't have to spend as much on, and then take that NIL money elsewhere to improve the defense, the offensive line? I want to hear what you guys have to say about NIL in the comment section. As always, make sure you smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' Vols Network. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' Vols. Appreciate the support. As always, thank you to the members of the channel. You can become a member. Hit that join button down below. It's just 99 cents a month. That's it. If you like the channel, you like the content, you like the videos, free videos. But if you want to contribute to what we are doing, hit that join button down below. Again, as little as 99 cents a month. Custom Talkin' Vols emojis, access to fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun stuff. I encourage you guys, come hang out next Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time for NCAA football. It is a laid-back BS session talking all things Tennessee. I think you'll enjoy it. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.